Hello YouTube, I'm Shauna, this is Andrew, and we are Airstream Wheeler. We're starting a brand new series in a brand new season. Go ahead Andrew, tell them.
We paid $25,500 for a flooded salvaged Airstream by accident.
Sight unseen. Join us as we fumble through and figure out this mess. It did come with a set of keys.
Dead electricals. I need to get the trailer brakes working and the trailer lights working. It's really about safety. And we've got a few bags of wet trash.
Well, this situation has all been a fly by the seat of our pants, kind of lemons to lemonade, but honestly,
it's not too bad. This side of the bed is the wettest that I've seen so far.
I'm starting to feel the squeeze and the anxiety. We really can't own 2 trailers with 1 truck.
Yep. We slept in the car last night. It just seems like a good time to get some coffee and get back on the road. And yeah, we're gonna try to get rid of a few bags of trash today, so wet stuff and such. We got our we have our goals and we're gonna try to meet them.
Based on the level of wet in there and the lack of mildew and mold, there's very little. I don't think it's been wet for very long. The awesome thing about Airstreams is they have this lovely user experience where they roll their luxury vinyl under the furniture. However, while that's a wonderful end user experience for all of the hidey holes and all the cabinets and stuff, having like a nice bottom in terms of renovation, that means I have to unbolt or unscrew every piece to pull out the wet.
It's open. You just leave the key out of the... Okay, so we're not going to use those because those seem dangerous. All right.
It smells a little funky.
Is that an upside down toaster?
Yeah, I think it's garbage.
Fair enough.
There's some silty wet. Is that, well, I actually don't, it's humid, but I don't know how wet it is. Interesting. All right, take that away. I need cleaning supplies, trash bags, and gloves.
Yep.
Store. Guys, it's not perfect. It smells a little funky. But it's not even remotely as bad as I thought it was going to be. I'm so relieved. I'm so relieved. Oh, here's the awning tool, and is that the jack thing that we needed earlier?
Those are the tools that we need to run the jack manually right there.
Oh, fantastic. Okay, I need trash bags.
Okay. Ready? They're out.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yep.
So the battery is working.
Yep.
Well, why don't we test some stuff first? So no, it doesn't seem like very much effort was made to empty anything. We are at a Lowe's. We've called the local municipal dump. And what did they say?
We can pay by weight to get rid of a few bags of trash. And we've got a few bags of wet trash.
So I think that's the best way to expedite getting everything out of the rig and starting to dry out. I really don't think it's been wet that long based on how it smells. Just finishing up, emptying all the wet stuff out. I have the hatch open to ventilate. I'm gonna put the fan on, and now we're gonna start cutting out the flooring. It's a shame to lose it, but I think we have to get under it.
To get it dry.
So I am just wiping everything down. I'm cleaning from about here up because I know that it's all muddy and wet and we have to cut out all of this flooring.
Front compartment was about the nastiest area that I've found so far. Here I've got a wet, muddy propane hose. I've got this cord, which doesn't look like it was ever used. Brand new power cord. And wet water hose. Most of this stuff's getting thrown out. I think the power cord is savable. Day 2 continued. About 8 bags of trash here, maybe 9. But we're making progress. Shauna's doing a lot of cleaning. And we feel like we're getting there. How's the coffee?
I'm gonna need another one of these to keep going,
Yeah, no,
I think.
that's all of us, I think. I think. This is gonna be a little bit of a challenge, and we're definitely up against it, but check this out. Doorbell still works. I'd like to get the first look at how this floor is. This piece right here has 3 rivets holding it to the door sill, and then past that there's screws on either end. So I'm gonna take this piece up and then some screws up and peel this floor back and see what we've got. Okay, we got the spring punch. I wonder if it's glued additionally. I think I've got it.
Okay. I do need this heavy ice.
Oh, the ice maker is going to be fun. We'll do that in a second.
Okay.
I believe that's it. Okay.
I just don't want to lose the pieces to that.
Yep.
The big mud reveal.
The big reveal. All right, all right. Staples at the edge. We've got staples holding the edge down. I can peel it back a little bit.
Stab with that.
Still got structural wood here.
Great. Okay, let's start cutting in big, huge chunks because the dump will close and I will...
And we need to have it gone.
Right, so let's just start that process.
All right, so this is one of the Tommy Bahama specific features, which is an ice maker. And
it is not full of ice anymore.
it's full of water and I don't think we can save it.
I don't think we should try, just let's get it out.
Yep, yep,
So sad.
yep. He's gone.
It doesn't matter, we're cutting all this out, but it is scraping out pretty easily.
I'm gonna start cutting. Gonna make a relief cut right down the middle, and then I'm gonna cut
Along the edges?
tighter against stuff as we go.
Okay. Here we go.
Wow.
It's a shame to lose that Tommy Bahama flooring, but you want to know what? It's actually not as wet as I thought it would be. I mean, it's wet.
Yeah, it's in some sense the stuff pinning it down like underneath the
Yeah,
will be
it's
worse.
trapping.
Will be worse, but
All right.
yeah.
Big cuts. Let's get this going. Yeah.
I'm actually astonished at how dry the plywood is underneath the vinyl flooring. That has me really hopeful. I know that places where the wood pinches it down for some furniture, I'm gonna have more moisture there, but I'm really excited about this condition so far. So this vinyl flooring, the Airstream, I think it's luxury woven vinyl is what it's called, is waterproof. So what I'm really thinking is that I'm only gonna have intrusion underneath, mostly at the edges, and then anywhere that maybe a cut was made for something like plumbing to go through it. So I'm not really gonna have to pay attention in those areas, but generally speaking, I think we're pretty excited for how this is going.
Well, I think what you mean is the subfloor looks really good. The
Yes.
actual vinyl looks terrible.
Oh, the vinyl looks terrible. And in theory, we might have been able to save it by uninstalling every single piece of furniture, every closet, everything, and taking it out and cleaning it and
Not
putting
worth
it back.
I'd rather just cut
Yeah.
it now.
Yeah.
Because eventually we're gonna have to take everything out anyway to get the vinyl out from under
Yeah.
and let everything dry.
But we can do that piece by piece if we don't have to do it in one full
Correct,
sheet.
yeah.
So, yeah. No, we're excited. We're excited. We think we got something positive here. This is positive news.
Hey, look at this door. It goes all the way back.
There's a moment where you get a Hall of Mirrors effect. It's kind of cool too.
Whew. So we have very limited time here. We are in a parking lot. And I think one of the most important things for us to do is to unscrew the bed and clean out all of the wet in that space. I think that's where the water was the highest, and in addition to that, we can't use that bed until that floor has been thoroughly cleaned and everything has been wiped out. There's no point in me doing it in 9,000 steps. I think you should just unscrew it, roll up the other stuff, and then we'll wipe. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it for you guys though. It is a little stressful, and sleeping in the truck, if we can get this bedroom set up and bleached, we can actually sleep in here instead of in the back of the truck, and we'll be significantly more comfortable and rested.
In here, beside the bed, so far, of all the flooring I've removed, and I haven't done the other side of the bed, this side of the bed is the wettest that I've seen so far. When we picked this up, it was hitch low, and my guess is that whatever moisture was in here sort of ran to the hitch low side, and this was the wettest for the longest. Just a guess. Just bagging up the flooring really isn't that much bulk. It's gonna take up 2 bags, which is not too bad, really.
Yeah, but it'll be a huge benefit in here. I'd really like to get minimally today under that bed completely removed.
I think so. I think that's the goal. That's the wettest area.
Yep.
Yeah, I've seen with the floor.
Like, clearly we're wet in there, and you know, there's mud, and we're gonna have to remove every piece, but it is rapidly improving in here. I am nothing short of exhausted. The mad dash from the West Coast to the East Coast, diagonally across the country, and then doing a snatch and grab for this rig, and then now it's day 2, and we are trying to triage the worst of the wet in one go right now. There'll be more of that, but one of the things I haven't said is that I know that behind each one of the pieces of furniture, I have to remove the wall panel and check for wet and everything in the walls at a low level, and it may involve me replacing insulation and wiring, and there may be a whole bunch of stuff that is involved with that, and we won't know until that happens. So that's a project for another day. However, today, just to get as much of the wet out and get things drying as quickly as possible. Every hinge that is low like this has mud packed around the perimeter of it here and underneath it, and I know that I just by looking at them that I'm going to have to replace every hinge that's low like this. So just to start right now, I'm not going to be too precious about deep cleaning all around the nooks and crannies, because I know this has to come out, but right now it's about just picking up the mud and drying stuff out. I wonder if I can just take this out. A lot of times at the back of the cabinets, Airstream puts in these panels to hold stuff in place, and a lot of times to open up more storage, I remove them. But right now, I'm trying to remove it to get back there to dry stuff out. Let's see what we find. A glue, maybe?
Glue?
But you see the wet?
Yep.
So I know I want to take the back of this off.
One way or the other?
Yeah. Okay. I see like conduit runs, like the plastic where they run the wiring. Some plumbing from the sink. And what I would rather probably do is, instead of having this beautiful white background, I'd rather put a couple of like bars to hold everything in and have airflow.
I like the idea of airflow.
Actually, the back of this isn't wet or mildew or anything. It looks better than I really thought it was going to. And honestly, there isn't that much silty stuff here by the wheel well. I'm going to call that a win.
Yeah.
I'm going to call that a win, which probably means to me that we could very easily salvage probably a lot of this cabinetry, because it wasn't deep here.
I got the idea
I
get the idea the water level came up fast and went down fast. And it didn't really soak. It just kind of filled up. Filled up. It got a couple inches deep, and then it went down again.
Well, this situation has all been a fly by the seat of our pants, kind of lemons to lemonade, but honestly,
it's not too bad. That doesn't even look like it got wet on the backside.
Right.
Yep.
Oh, yes.
Awesome.
All right.
Flying into the front cabinet here, and got a DC panel there, and then pure sine wave inverter. that has a water line on it, or it's rusted below. And I'm not too excited about that. We're gonna have to investigate that later though. My main goal right now is to get this compartment clean, and I think I have to remove the bed, or at least move it backwards to do so. That might be a high water mark over there, about even with the top of this cabinet door. Not sure.
Andrew's trying to get at the screws to get that bed.
I feel like there's something I can't find.
I'm sure they're hidden. The bed and the nightstand though has to, before we go to the dump, has to be lifted.
So I have the bed forward and slightly askew.
Yeah.
I'm gonna pick it up. I need you to grab some bit of this flooring
Okay.
and slide it out. This back piece should all be loose.
Okay, let me get some gloves on.
Yep.
It is 1 in the afternoon.
Yep.
And we are running out of time to get to that dump. So,
Yep.
I should be able to what? Just yank this?
Well, the further you are from me, the less lift I can give you. So let me move if you're gonna go on that side where you can be. So I'm gonna lift this up. You should be able to tug it towards you. So I would say just kind of roll it so you have space to pull it all out. Are you ready?
I'm gonna try to be.
Yep.
Set it down. Okay. So your knees are blocking.
Right.
So why
I
don't
can
we
go this way.
trade?
It's
Yep.
easy enough to lift.
Okay.
Should be able to do it from here.
Yep.
Ready, and?
Okay.
Yep.
Again, please. Okay. So this is the piece that was under the bed.
Yep.
All right. What about the compartment?
Yeah, I gotta pull the bed more this way now, to do that.
So that piece of flooring is actually wet on the underside, whereas the other piece is heavy.
Yeah, we've got some flats that pack it down, and that's,
Yeah.
I think, what's caused that. All right. So I'm wondering if I can lift it and like put just something an inch high,
And prop it up.
prop it up. So at this point, I'm thinking if I can lift the bed up in the middle, basically, maybe an inch, I can slide out that piece of flooring that's still attached.
If I lift it, can you go through the compartment and pull it towards you?
I may be skipping a step. I gotta cut it loose now that because there's aluminum plate in the storage.
Oh.
I gotta cut it loose now that that's movable.
Okay. I have wiped out the closet. I don't think it got wet. However, there are 2 cubbies here with ductwork and stuff, and I'm sure those will be a nightmare. However, I'm not going to address that until we start ripping out the flooring here. Time to deal with the shower. I've been dreading it a little bit. So you can see here that there's debris in there, and what happened was the gray tank had backed up into this space and it flooded with grossness. So our tanks are clearly going to need some work. It's time for me to wipe this down. Shower's dingy and has like oily soap scum type stuff, but the actual swamp of desolation has been mopped out. I really wish I had a plug for that, but I do not. So, onward. Oh, don't shake it. Oh. Okay, so that's the front compartment under the bed. Ugh.
Good news on the tables, I think there's 1 screw up top at the back, and behind the door, 3 screws down the side here. So, if my calculations are correct,
Ooh.
3.
All right, I'm gonna wipe that out. I'll wipe down the wall. At some point here, I need to wipe that floor, and then we'll put it back.
Yep, I'm gonna hand this table out to you in the space over there, so you can work on it over there. I'll take the other one out now.
All right, nightstand. Let's get to it. Nightstand has been wiped out, and now will be reinstalled.
If you can pull forward, I'm gonna look at our spot, make sure we got everything, and we'll be off to the dump. We are just patiently waiting to go across the scale, and we're gonna dump these bags of garbage up here. There's a fee, don't know how much we'll wind up paying, but about to find out. Here we go, pulling onto the scale.
fully on. Can you see?
You can tell because it went to 14. What's that say?
13,780.
Okay. That was.
This road's really rough.
This
Sorry,
road's rough,
guys.
sorry, yeah. It'd be shaky. 260 pounds of junk went into their dumpsters for $5.33. So
Winning the day.
yeah, that was good. I'm happy about that.
Winning the day. Stay tuned. We have more flooring to remove.
Yeah. Bulk of it's gone.
But the bulk of it is gone. Things are starting to dry out. Things are getting clean. And we will see what's next.
yeah, progress is being made.
Day 2. Carpet removal. All the trash bags are gone. Things are smelling fresher in here and better. It's not totally done and we have a lot more to do. But for just 2 days, for an unplanned situation, I feel like it could be a lot worse.
It's been mostly a success today. We got to the dump on time with, well, 260 pounds of trash. So wet stuff out of here, the flooring, etc., etc. That's definitely a victory.
However, I ate a salad and it upset my stomach and I ended up throwing up in my own shoe and a little bit in the truck and it's gross. So we had to do some triage. We pulled off to a rest area and I think we're just done with the driving for today. Andrew says he still has bandwidth though.
Yeah, I'm gonna take out, I think, some of the dinette pieces that are pretty easy below us now. See what we're in for there. There's little bits of flooring that were pinned down that we sort of cut around. So I'll have that out, make sure those areas can dry.
The day has taken a left turn for me, but that's okay. Our situation has improved because we are going to be able to sleep in the bed instead of in the truck.
Yeah, it's better enough in here, we'll be okay.
Yeah.
I've had an epiphany. I dubbed thee Duncan.
Me, Duncan?
No, we're in Duncan.
Duncan would be better than Ranger Bearbell, which is...
I mean, you could call him Tommy, but that's kind of too on the nose.
Oh, Duncan because he went and took a dunk. That's right, because he's wet. Not like Dunkin' Donuts, which, you know.
No, but I mean...
I do love coffee.
Yeah, no, it's about the coffee a lot of the time. But no, Duncan. I think Duncan. Seems right.
I agree. All right.
All right.
The trailer has a name, guys. The trailer has a name.
I'm going to get back to work.
Let's do it.